How y'all doing tonight? So it is Black History Month, and I have a few poems to honor my ancestors from way back in the day. How many of you heard of Hogan's Alley? Yes! All right, I'm going to tell you a little story. The history of Hogan's Alley in Vancouver, BC is really a big part of the history of me. In 1857, Charles and Nancy Alexander left St. Louis, Missouri, heading for the gold fields in California, you see, and then to Canada by invitation of Sir James Douglas, the Governor General of BC, along with several other black families for a new life in Canada. Now, these free blacks left the racial and oppressive conditions for that new life. My mother's great-grandparents on her father's side were Charles and Nancy Alexander, yeah. And also on that journey, on my mother's side was my great-granny, Carilla Gwynn. Ooh, she settled on Salt Spring alongside the Starks, the Estays, and the Wims. Now my great-granny met and married a Caucasian man from England. His name was Henry Wood. Together they had 11 kids born and raised on Salt Spring. So that was my Grandma Clyde's hood. Viva Adelene Wood, born in 1901. My grandma and her family had some big time fun. You hear me? Ooh! My mom arrived in 1920, from what they told me. Adeline Ellen Alexander from Victoria, BC. Now, my grandma opened her restaurant Vice in the 40s, and from what I heard, it was really something. But my memories start in the 60s, and ooh, that place was jumping. Now, it's historically significant. Back then, it was highly rated. I'm gonna tell you where it was and how it was located. From the corner of Main, ooh, to the alley on Union. That's where you would find the spot. Ooh, Vice Chicken and Steaks, let me tell you, was pretty hot. My grandma owned the joint, that's right, and ran it first class too. T-bones, porterhouse, filet mignons, and half a chicken was the meat on the menu, yeah. Biscuits that was homemade, baked fresh every day, melt in your mouth and sold out quick, because grandma didn't play, that's right. She served it with mushrooms, onions, peas, salad, and fries. And that was the complete menu when you came to Vice. The hours were 5 at night to 5 a.m. But at the midnight, it was always strong. Ooh, there was no liquor license, so folks bought their own along. My grandma supplied the ice and the mix, and would always take a minute to sit to have her a drink or two. The cops would come in after they beat, the cabbies would come in off the street, and the entertainers back then, when they came to town, would walk through her doors, because grandma didn't mess around, that's right. Ella Fitzgerald, Lena Horne, Lou Rawls, Duke Ellington, ooh-wee, Billie Holiday, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Sammy Davis Jr. would come in clean. You hear me? Vine's Chicken and Steaks was a hot part of that night scene. Ooh, and there was a time, I say there was a time, when Jimi Hendrix's grandmama worked for mine. Ooh! Now I remember Rosie, the dishwasher, and my mom and my sister was waitress. Everybody was friends. My grandma hired only women, even way back then. And the laughter, ooh, let me tell you about the laughter would be jumping all night long up out of that place. First class dining and Vice Chicken and Steaks. Thank you. Yeah.